You're watching CBS News Los Angeles, The Rundown.
Hello, I'm Juan Fernandez. Here's a look at your top stories. House Republicans are moving closer to possibly impeaching Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas over his handling of immigration at the southern border. KCAL News reporter Skylar Henry joins us live from the Capitol with a look at what happened during today's hearing. Skylar.
Hey, Juan, good to be with you. Well, Democrats, including Congressman Robert Garcia, are calling this a sham impeachment effort. Meanwhile, the secretary is defending his record as Republicans charge him with failure to use the U.S. immigration policies, which is leading to the migrant crisis that we're seeing along the southern border. The House Committee on Homeland Security met Tuesday to mark up 2 articles of impeachment against Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas, moving a step closer to a full House vote.
The actions and decisions of Secretary Mayorkas have left us with no other option than to proceed with articles of impeachment.
House Republicans want the secretary impeached over his handling of the southern border. The articles of impeachment charge Mayorkas willfully defied laws that require migrants to be detained and that he breached the public trust by claiming that the border was secure.
The failure to secure the border has been so significant, so catastrophic, so egregious.
The GOP effort follows unprecedented border crossing levels in December. Democrats argue disagreements over the Biden administration's border policy do not meet the high crimes and misdemeanors threshold for impeachment.
The sham impeachment of Secretary Mayorkas is a baseless political stunt.
Secretary Mayorkas did not testify during the impeachment proceedings, but sent a letter to the committee chair ahead of Tuesday's hearing, saying the, quote, false allegations don't rattle him. In the letter, Mayorkas also touted a bipartisan Senate border security immigration proposal that he helped negotiate, a deal some House Republicans have already come out against.
If it is what they're advertising that doesn't address remain in Mexico, that doesn't address mass parole, that doesn't resume border wall construction.
Secretary Mayorkas has done what he has the authority to do, which is limited. He has been undermined and sabotaged at every step by Republicans.
House Speaker Mike Johnson says he intends to bring the impeachment issue up for a full vote as soon as possible. Now, if Mayorkas were to be impeached, it'd be the first time the House voted to impeach a cabinet secretary in nearly 150 years. We're here on Capitol Hill. I'm Skylar Henry. Juan, back to you.
All right, always good having you here, Skylar. Thank you so much. Now to breaking news. A judge has ruled that Elon Musk must give up his compensation package that's worth more than $55 billion. Today's decision comes 5 years after a shareholder lawsuit targeted the Tesla CEO and board of directors. Shareholders accused them of breaching their duties, wasting corporate assets, and unjustly enriching Musk. Defense attorneys argue the pay plan was fairly negotiated and blessed by a shareholder vote. And more breaking news. 2 people are hurt after a small plane makes a rough emergency landing near the Camarillo airport. This happened around 1:15 this afternoon near Fields off Howard Road. The 2 people in the plane were taken to the hospital with moderate injuries. It's still unclear what led up to the crash. We'll have much more on this story coming up right here at 4 o'clock. All right, let's turn our attention now to the weather. A gorgeous day out there today as we take a look at Catalina Island right there. KCAL News meteorologist Olga Ospina now with the look at your next weather forecast and the rain and the snow headed our way. Olga.
Yeah, Juan, and we're talking about an extended period of wet weather. So this is kind of the last hurrah. Santa Monica currently checking in at 65 degrees. You can see mostly sunny skies behind me, but things are going to be changing very quickly. Temperatures outside, really for even inland spots, we are in the mid to upper 70s this afternoon. So we are warm. Radar showing us dry conditions, but things will be changing already by very late tomorrow night, and especially Thursday is when we're going to see the bulk of the rain from system number 1. We have a series of storms impacting us in the coming days. By Wednesday night, you can see plenty of rain for Northern California into the Central Coast and in the overnight hours. And for early Thursday, we're looking at very heavy rain, especially right around that commute time. So here we are, 7:15, and you can see a lot of heavy rain, especially near the coastline for Ventura County, moving into LA, and that's going to continue to impact us into the afternoon hours. So the heaviest rain will be early Thursday into the afternoon. afternoon. Still seeing some rain as we head into Thursday evening, as well as lowering snow levels. So by Thursday night, we're looking at snow down to about 4,000 feet, meaning the Grapevine could be impacted by some accumulating snow and potentially even some delays in closures. By Friday, rain a little more scattered in nature. We get a bit of a break on Saturday, and then storm number 2 arrives on Sunday, bringing us more wet weather as we head into the early part of next week. So you'll see it here on Futurecast on Thursday, that rain moving through, and by Friday, things a little bit lighter across our area, getting a bit of a break. And then as we head into Sunday, that's when we see that next storm moving in, and this one could actually bring us more impacts. We could be seeing heavier rain from this storm, as well as even lower snow levels. As we take a look at total rainfall for this first storm, we could be looking at about 1 to 2 inches. But then once that next storm moves in, things are going to get extremely wet outside. We're looking at, especially for Ventura County, 4, 5, even close to 6 inches of rain when everything is said and done. Today, temperatures, again, it's going to be a nice one. Mid to upper 70s for most inland areas. And then things will change by the weekend. Low 60s by Saturday. Again, Sunday is when storm number 2 arrives, and temperatures continue cool as we head into early next week, with on and off rain again already starting by Thursday, getting a bit of a break for most of Saturday. Still going to be a cool one, and then that rain moves through once again Sunday into the early part of next week. Juan, I'll send it back to you.
All right, good to see that much needed rain. Olga, thank you. Starbucks is now responding to a growing effort by some UC students to get their universities to cut off ties with the coffee chain. This afternoon, UCLA students delivered a petition to the student board. UC Riverside students will do the same tomorrow. We're told there are more than 1,500 signatures in total. The petition comes amid claims of union busting by Starbucks. Students say they stand by baristas fighting for better benefits. In a statement, Starbucks tells us this: as a company, we respect our partners' right to organize, freely associate, engage in lawful union activities, and bargain collectively without fear of reprisal or retaliation, and remain committed to our stated aim of reaching ratified contracts for unions-represented stores in 2024. Right there you have it. This has been CBS News Los Angeles, The Rundown. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Juan Fernandez, and we'll be back here live at 4 on CBS News Los Angeles.